the dipshits in the Canadian government don't have any Bitcoin. I have more Bitcoin than the Canadian government. That is a very good thing, in my opinion. But I did say that that's different at the local level. I do think that you should be talking to your governments if you can about setting up a Bitcoin reserve or like Bitcoin bonds, like we're going to listen to here. You should be more focused about your local level. You want your federal government to take as long as they possibly can to buy Bitcoin. But you want your municipal government, your local government to be getting in on the action ASAP, because that directly affects you. That directly affects you. Okay, so let's get Parker off the screen here. So this is from Average Gary over on Nostr. So let me just say this. I know I talk about Nostr a lot, probably too much. And I always talk about the fact that you should be on there. You should be sharing things that you're interested in. You should be connecting with people on there, meeting new people, other Bitcoiners. But if you joined Nostr for nothing other than the news, that's where I get my news every single day. I don't even look at Twitter. I don't look at Reddit. I don't look at anywhere else. I get all of my information from Nostr. There's plenty on there. And the best information, in my opinion, is on Nostr. So this is from Average Gary over there on Nostr. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here.
Small businesses and even individuals to run private AI or cloud systems.
Because he spent about the first minute talking about AI stuff and AI data centers in their area, which he was opposed to. But anyways, let's watch this video. This is basically a guy, an average person, his name's Average Gary, at his local meeting, given 3 minutes to speak, and this is what he came up with. And I think that this is very important because I always tell people to have like an elevator pitch about Bitcoin, because you're going to have to explain this stuff at a very simple level and very quickly. You might not have 4 hours with everybody to try to explain the ins and outs of Bitcoin. And so if you can have something like this, and that's why I want to share this today, because I feel like you did a very good job of explaining why Bitcoin is so important in about 2 minutes here. So let's take a look at this.
For the price of a new car. These solutions meet computing needs without the massive infrastructure, environmental impact, or community disruption of hyperscale facilities. Now for my solution. A Bitcoin-enhanced bond to fund infrastructure or rural preservation for the county. I recommend Frederick County issue a 5 to 10-year bond with 5 to 10% of the proceeds used to purchase Bitcoin. At maturity, both the county and bondholders share in Bitcoin's appreciation, allowing the bond to be issued at a below market rate, approximately around 1%. This reduces the debt burden on taxpayers in the county while raising tens of millions in outside capital for infrastructure projects or rural preservation, without selling land or inviting sprawling development that will turn us into Loudoun 2.0. This approach positions Frederick County as a national leader in technological and financial innovation. As president of the Shenandoah Bitcoin Club, I offer my network of professional experts and companies ready to assist at little to no cost. Bitcoin is no longer a niche. It's a global monetary revolution rooted in the irrefutable truth of mathematics. Its fixed 21 million coin cap ensures a conservative, inflation-free monetary policy accessible to anyone with an internet connection, individuals, businesses, or even county governments. The White House has issued an executive order for a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. The Bitcoin ETF is the most successful ETF in history. The states of Texas, New Hampshire, and Arizona are developing their own Bitcoin reserves. At a recent town hall I attended at Shenandoah University, Senator Mark Warner declared, quote, "Bitcoin is here to stay," end quote. By adopting a Bitcoin-enhanced bond, Frederick County can fund infrastructure or rural preservation, preserve our community's soul, and lead as a pioneer in this monetary revolution. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'm happy to answer any questions or connect you with experts to explore this opportunity further.
Mr. Chairman.
Supervisor Dunn.
So I have a series of comments. First, I'll talk more about data centers later, but some of you made some interesting comments. So for Mr. Cross, and I don't know if that's your correct name, but the gentleman who made Bitcoin, send me an email. I'd love to sit and chat with you.
Send me an email. I'd love to sit and chat with you, he says. Sometimes all you got to do is ask. Sometimes you just got to bring it up. Pretty good. Pretty well done there. And I liked you can tell that he thought about, I got 2 minutes here. What would people who don't really understand Bitcoin, what would they care about hearing? How could I explain to them that this thing is here to stay and we should take the opportunity here that we have? So very well done there. And, as costs continue getting higher and higher in the world, whether that's a sub from Subway, or that's a project building a new road or new irrigation system or a new park, whatever that is, things are going to get more and more expensive. And so what governments are having to do right now is they pretty much have two options. Maybe they either don't spend on the community or they raise taxes. They raise property taxes. And most governments have been raising property taxes a lot. And the nice thing about the Bitcoin bonds is, like, if you compare it to a normal bond, where bonds are basically, you give money to the government, you loan money to the government, they can invest in something, and then they pay you back at a certain date with interest on it. The shitty thing about the fiat system at the dying end of it is that even if my government here raised, my municipal government raised $1 million, or let's say $100 million somehow from 300 people in the town, it'd be a lot of millions flying around. But the problem is that $100 million, by the time it gets to maturity and like throughout the process there, that value of the $100 million is just going to keep going down and down and down. The things that they can buy and invest in that are going to keep getting less and less and less. Whereas with Bitcoin, it flips that on its head. It says that we're going to do this now. We're going to take money from anybody who wants to contribute. It's not like a property tax where everybody's forced to do it, but anybody who wants to, they can help invest in the community. We can build new things, whatever we need to do, improve things. And that bond is actually going to become worth more over time. So that's why I like the idea of Bitcoin bonds.